second later. So I will add the sound, play, health, not looping. Let's tag it, just in case we want to do something later. Health. That's how you want it. Let's see. I will just, for the sake of testing, disable this and put a little... my middle mouse button is a bit of a pain. Let's see the sound. Okay. What happens on collision? So yeah, it's only happened once as well. Just to check if... well, since the health is destroyed, even an overlap will work. Okay, so little funny sound. Glue glue glue. Working. Okay, so the health is done. We just need now the stomp. The stomp happens in here. We collide with an enemy. We stomp it. Here, and if they're the upper row, we jump higher, but you just need to detect if it's a stomping, so it's in here. I will create another even just to show you clearly how it happens. You play the stomp sound here, and once again it's a collision, so the stomp will only be triggered once. I will try to find a situation where the sound can be played constantly just to show you how that looks. So here we have the stomp. I don't remember if you hear it that much. Yeah, you should have heard the phew. It's a sound for the robot to close its kind of little I don't know how to call it. The red area between the top of the head and the button. Okay, so it's working. Let's see what happens when you do this, just to show you the thing you should avoid. If my player is jumping, just trigger the jump. You'll see. That's what happens when a sound is triggered more than once. You have here, maybe it's last half of a second. You have in half of a second you have maybe you have maybe 30 frame happening, so 30 call to the audio. That's the result. You bim bim bim. You are saturating your audio system with 30 call to the jump audio. So you should avoid this kind of thing. If you can't use a trigger, if you can't use the on jump here, if you have another kind of condition where there's no trigger, you use the trigger once. Here. So yeah, be careful about that. We didn't have such problem in the game since we used a lot of triggers. I have a whole video on triggers versus non-triggers events. I called it state versus change, because triggers are always, I think, something that models a change, something that represents a change, whereas other actions are more something that represent a state. You are moving, and here you jump. That's not the same temporality, I'd say. So here it's unjumped. Okay, let's save. Here we implemented all our sound. We have the checkpoint sound, the death sound, the explosion, earth, jump, step, and stomp. Is it okay for everyone? Simple, isn't it? Just a series of play sound, stop sound, is sound playing. You can re-enable this one. Okay, I will just continue. Now I will wait for you because now I will handle export, which is should be pretty easy. Okay, clear. Okay, export. Now we can consider our game, or let's call it a demo, or demo game to be done at this point. You have a level, the graphics are done, effects, sound, you can change level. It's pretty much a simple, very simple game, 2-level game, which is done. So now you want to export the game because you want to show it off. To export the game, you have export project. At this point, you have multiple choice. I won't cover these ones. I won't cover this one, won't cover this one, but I won't cover these two. Simply because I've never put a game on Kongregate, I've never put a game on Web Store. I think Kat did it, or maybe it was Jeff who handled this part, but these are easy to show. Oh yeah, of course. Sorry. Boom. So yeah, export project. For now, let's try the HTML5, the basic one, the one you usually use to test your game once it's exported. I have my my own game folder, but let's see. Yeah, I will use the same. I will name my my project Neon Reloaded, and it's important to name your game here because, well, important. The name you put here will appear in the default preview page you will generate with this. So there's a link here. You have to follow. You have to type the name here for it to appear in your export, and it's also automatically name a folder according to this name in your default export folder. You can rename this one. You will see how it works. You can choose the PNG compression, but I won't cover that now. And the minify, I will talk about it just later when I will talk about plugins. So export, it usually make my computer slow, so you will probably hear some lag. I've never had experienced this, but I think it comes from the Steam version. I hope don't explode on me. Okay. I think these weird command windows are for PNG compression, you'll see. So open destination folder. That's what is exported when you do an export. This is the file the file you want to share to people. Well, the link to the file you want to share to people. You can see the game once my Dropbox is done uploading the files. You can see the game in this link. So what do we have here? I won't go too much in the details. You have two JavaScript files, an HTML file, a logo, and something which works for caching the game. This logo is the logo you see when the game is loading. This and this I won't cover. That's JavaScript. This part is basically your game. The engine itself, it's a big text file with a lot of JavaScript in it. This one is a library which comes with which C2 use, and then it uses for the text area, this thing, the HTML elements included in C2. Then you have the media. The media is where your sound is, and then the image is where your image for your sprites are, and for your tight background, etc. You notice there are some your files, your image are put together to take less place. So that's probably what happens when you've seen all those windows appear, these command line windows. So here you have your whole game is made of this. Now, so I shared the link. It's not uploaded because I'm uploading the broadcast. I don't know if if it lower my uploads though. Let's see. Oh, probably. It tells me it uploads at 25 per second, so I think I will close my Dropbox for now. I closed my Dropbox, so you probably won't be able to access this link for now. But I will show you how it works by testing it through a web server of my own. So it's the export, it's not the preview anymore. Oh, okay. I already had a server open. Let me relaunch it. Should work now. Okay. So here you have the game as it is exported. You can see the frame is not exactly the same as in the preview. It's a little bit neater to my taste. And you have this little link on the button. Everything is here, and you have the title, as I said, which appear here. If I didn't rename here the game, I wouldn't have the title properly here. It will be untitled. It will be named untitled. So here you have your game. You should test your game before uploading it on other web, before showing it off, basically. But most often than not, you want your game embedded in your website. And that's what I think is important to say to you, is this is JavaScript. Your website might use some JavaScript as well. Yeah, new project, exactly. Your website might use JavaScript as well. So you usually don't want to put the code, the HTML that is in this file directly in your website. That's the part you would have to copy here from here to, let's see, maybe to here. I would have to double check that, but that's the whole code you would want to copy in your web page if you were to put it bluntly in it. But you shouldn't do that. What you should use is the same thing it's used in the arcade. It's what is called in HTML an iframe. I won't do a tutorial on HTML here, So I will give you